Have you ever wondered who the genius is behind Costco? You know, the only place on the planet where you can buy a diamond ring, a fresh rotisserie chicken, a kayak, a brand new mattress, a 30 pack of toilet paper, all under the same roof for those unbeatable, lovable Kirkland signature prices. This man here, Mr. Soul Price, would be the guy you would think. He was a lawyer turned entrepreneur, moved from New York all the way to San Diego, where he first started FedMart. And for the OGs out there, the wheels are probably starting to turn because before Costco, there was Price Club, and before Price Club, there was FedMart. And FedMart was where the membership retailing empire was born. It was also where Jim Senegal, Costco's former CEO, started as a grocery bagger when he was 18 years old. Where do you think Sam Walton of Walmart got the idea for Sam's Club? Or Jeff Bezos for Amazon Prime memberships? You can all thank Soul Price. What I found really personable about Soul was that in an interview when he was asked, what does it feel like to be the father of modern retailing? His response was, I wish I'd worn a condom. So let's jump into it. What are the 3 key ideas that Soul Price first implemented as a trailblazer in the retail industry that still carries its legacy forward in today's Costco and turned it into the $393 billion behemoth it is today? Number 1, do right by the customer. Soul Price understood that customers usually, above having a vast variety of different selection, all the limited novelty items, they cared most about price. And so he really wanted to deliver the highest quality items for the lowest price. So one way that Costco is able to deliver the fantastic prices that it does is through the intelligent loss of sales. And I think this quote does a really great job of explaining that. And the average grocery store has like 50,000 items to manage and stock keep, whereas the average Costco only has a lean 4,500. And reading this quote, I kept thinking about like what Jules would say. Jules would probably say like, I'm not crazy like you other girls. I don't carry a crazy 50,000. I keep it mindful. I keep it demure. I keep it a 4,500. Very mindful, very cutesy, very demure. Also, Costco sells in bulk. Actually, Costco or Price Club FedMart was originally for business owners who obviously buy in large. And by buying things in bulk, Costco is able to negotiate down prices from their suppliers. And so by having a really concise roster of products, keeping a no frills warehouse style, selling in bulk, Costco is able to pass down all those savings to their customers or to their members. So you might be wondering now, how does Costco make a profit? How does it keep growing year after year after year? If its prices are so low and its chickens are $4.99, how does it keep its hot dogs at $1.50? Well, it's because they make a profit through their membership fees, and their business model really depends on their customers coming back year after year after year and renewing their membership. So at the end of the day, having happy, loyal customers is good business. And you'll also notice that Costco doesn't spend a lot on advertising. Like, when was the last time you saw a Costco ad anywhere? And I really like this quote from Soul Price, which says that the best advertising is the unsolicited testimonial of the satisfied customer. Number 2, and number 2 flows well from number 1, which is to have happy customers, you have to have happy employees. So it's not a coincidence that the average retail customer service experience involves interacting with someone who doesn't really want to be there. Not saying that everybody's like so excited to work at Costco every day, but you really don't see headlines like this for any other retail chain where people are quitting their everyday 9 to 5s to come work at Costco. And Soul Price understood this. He understood that to have great customer service, you have to have employees who are generally happy to be there, who feel recognized, who feel like they're being compensated well. And so before Trader Joe's started paying more than minimum wage, before Starbucks started offering health benefits, other benefits to an employee, Soul Price was paying double the minimum wage at the time of average retail competitors. He was offering health insurance, 401k, and these are the benefits that are available for Costco employees off of their website here today, which are pretty great for a cashier. One statistic that I came across when I was researching for this is that they would get 22,000 applicants for just 200 jobs for a new Costco that opened. And I think that is one of the reasons why Costco is one of those few establishments that can still boast like 92% retention rate with its employees, and that's a direct result of the employer taking care of their employees. And number 3, Sol Price, if it isn't already abundantly clear, he was a guy of integrity. Like, he had values and beliefs that he stood on and would not waver. Sol Price can really be credited with pioneering Costco's relentless focus on delivering the highest quality items at the lowest possible prices for its members, even when they received backlash for this. And one clear example was when FedMart tried to use its bargaining power by buying in bulk to negotiate lower prices for pharmaceuticals and sell them at those lower prices. The pharmacists at the time actually received death threats from other competitor pharmacists. Another example of that relentless focus is, at the time, FedMart was under these fair trade laws, which stated that certain branded products had to be sold at a certain price, and when they tried to sell below those prices, they got in trouble for it. So Sol Price innovated this new private line, now Kirkland Signature, so that he could continue to sell at those discounted prices without getting in trouble. You can maybe argue that, those choices weren't that difficult and it was all good for business in the end. This final example is about him refusing to sign a mortgage agreement with a lender when FedMart was trying to expand into Texas.
It was in 1957, and Texas still had segregation. The company that was going to put the mortgage on that store refused to lend the money unless there was a clause that would provide for separate bathrooms for blacks and whites. And my father, he was courageous. He told them to take the mortgage and what to do with the mortgage. And they relented and removed that clause.
And the final cherry on top is that Sol Price started this philanthropic fund. He funded the revitalization of a low-income neighborhood in San Diego where FedMart first started. He funded many youth community-based programs as well as the University of Southern California public policy program. Sol Price was doing social entrepreneurship before it was cool, and I really appreciate this quote from him, especially the last line, which says that if you're lucky, you'll have the obligation to give back. So thanks for listening. If you stuck around this long, I'd love to know what surprised you about Costco's history. Do you think Sol Price is the retail genius he's cut out to be? If you were to reinvent Costco, what would you change? I'd love to know.